MC Live 257 in search of awesome. Kara Coy is in my green room right now, and she's dock locked, ready to rock. I call her the Instagram highlight Bali Lama. Pre-visit digital virtual Instagram direct message conversation that is just catching up, and people that are on it are blowing up their income. She is from Roots Southern Salon, Savannah, Georgia. Salon owner Susan and Luke Renfro. I know them well. We go back. I think this is second or third interview from Roots Southern. They just keep going. I'll do a shameless plug for Lucas and his digital marketing consulting company. I just always call it Page One, Lucas. I don't know what it is. Now I'm even on your page with the Marketing Collaborative. That's a whole different conversation, Lucas. We're not here tonight to talk about you. We're here to talk about Kara Coy, the Jedi. Summit coach Mike Carter. And I'm just real stoked. You can see I'm excited tonight because look at this. 29 years old, level 4, been hanging out since 2019. So that's going through the level system at Mach 5, which means 5 times the speed of sound, Lucas, just in case you're wondering. She's running at $177 average ticket. Average day of $660. Haircut price is $61. So she's 3 times higher on her average ticket than she is her haircut price, which she'll tell you that it's all about high-end color work. And now she's into some hair extensions. She's on that trajectory. Does about just under 100 referrals a year, rebooking at 65%, RTS 17%. So as you can see, that's right, she is blowing it up. Timeline in a nutshell: graduates from high school in 2010, does a little bit of college. She's going to tell you about her story, so I'm not going to take that away from her. Graduates hair school in 2014. So, you can see that there's kind of a 5-year journey in the salon industry. Has this a little 90-minute meeting with Susan in, I don't know, a coffee shop. I'll let her tell you about it. Presents her with the level chart. It's like, yep, right. And the rest is history. She's been blowing it up ever since. 24 hours a week. Trending to do 55, 60 this year. We were chatting before the show. I see her at 80 in 2022. And I see her at 100 grand, 24 hours a week, gang. So how many people do you see that are on that trajectory? Not many. I would, knowing what I know, if I'm you, hang out on her Instagram page, because that is really her key platform for using the pre-visit virtual consultation, digital consultation, whatever you want to call it. It's so simple. It's happening on an active conversation on Instagram direct message, and when a guest is brought in through that process, it's just amazing. They're showing up at average tickets that are 2 to 3 times higher than when they show up traditionally. But anyway, I'm going to let her tell you about that. She's in my guest room now. I'm going to go get her, and then we're going to get her talking about her story a little bit, and then I can't wait to get her to share her secret sauce on digital and virtual consultations, because I think, frankly, that's the nitroglycerin that she's pouring on her bonfire. There she is. Here, we're going to unmute her, and you're going to make her feel very welcome. Miss Kara Coy! How are you?
Good.
So you were in my green room. Who's Dane? Is that your hubby?
That's my hubby.
Yep, they're sending you a lot of love, and so good to have him on tonight. So get us started with. Let's start with your story, because we always love the story. It allows us to get to know you as a person before a hairdresser, and you and I have had a little bit of chance to talk about your story, and I love it. So let's catch the world up to what I know. How'd you get into the biz?
So when I graduated high school, I really wanted to be a nurse. I really wanted to help people. So I did 1 year of college, wanting to go into nursing school, and I quickly realized that was not for me. Nope. So at that time, I really enjoyed styling and doing makeup. especially watching YouTube tutorials. So my mom said, why don't you check out beauty school? So we did, and I was very intrigued. Started beauty school and fell in love with cutting and coloring. I haven't really done makeup or updo styling really since. Um, and yeah, that's
That's it. Now, what the part of the story I really want to underscore is one, you went through elementary, middle, and high school homeschool. I think that's what you told me, which is really cool. That seems to be kind of the trend these days. Then you decide okay, maybe I want to do something in the medical profession, nursing. It's like so many, you do like a year of it, and it's like no, that's not going to work. And then you kind of remember that you were playing with hair, as a kid, whether it's mom, friends, whatever. So you pivot in hair school, the rest is history. And then you were telling me there was like a 4 to 5 year window between the time you graduated from cos school and you meet Susan, and that you catch us up to that part. Tell us about that part, because that's really interesting.
So when I graduated beauty school, I went to a chain salon just for a few months to kind of get my toes in the water. And after that, I went to another salon. Before that, I met up with Susan. She was in a smaller salon just next door where we're at now. And she had 2 chairs, and she didn't have room for another stylist. But we always have stayed in contact, always kept in touch. And I went to another salon. I was there for 3 years. I learned a lot, but it was a very toxic environment, and I was ready to get out. There was no growth. I was very lost in a way.
Yes.
So I reached out to Susan, and really the rest is history. We went to, we met up at Starbucks in Pooler, and we probably chatted for about an hour and a half. And she told me all about what Roots is and Summit, and I was blown away from that.
Yeah. Well, the parts in your story that is so classic is that I worked in, a salon before, and you used the word toxic. And I think today, toxic salons are more the rule. That's the rule of thumb, that you go in and there's no growth, and the leadership is kind of mindless, and, you got people all over the board, and it's like this gigantic shit show. And so you kind of leave that. You have this definable moment with Susan. It's 90 minutes, and she kind of tells you the Summit story, but you knew her when she was a 2-chair beauty shop.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you kind of see her and she's showing you this plan. And what was your initial, like you're at Starbucks and she's kind of laying the level system out, like what's going on in your head?
Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's
There's
like,
no way.
it's like, really? Come on, are you sure?
I'm all about like this plan, but does this really work?
Yeah. It's really, you can't wrap your mind around it. So then you start, and this is like 2019-ish. By the way, I forgot to ask you, did you on-ramp as an associate?
Nope. Started out as a level 1.
Level 1. So from 2019 to now, and we've got about a 2-year window, and I think you're at level 4 now. So you've been moving at Mach 5. So, and now you're trending at 24 hours a week. You're trending 55, 60 this year. And before the show, you and I were chatting about it's possible to go from the 60 to 80, 80 to 100. What's that, as we kind of think out loud together on that as a possibility, how has this changed your life? Like you're trending 60 this year. Have you ever made that much money as a hairdresser?
Never.
So
I never thought that would happen.
So what's the first of all, does your family of origin know that you're on tonight and we're having this conversation, or right?
Yes.
So as they kind of hear this, look at this, and kind of experience this, what's their impression? Does this kind of blow the sides off their brain box too, or what?
It does. It really does.
Unbelievable. It's just, I never get tired of listening to the story, because that's a story of transformational change. So how is this journey, and it happened, like in a 24-month window. There's not a lot of time here from where you were to where you're at now. How has this changed you, your standard of living, your family, your marriage? I think you told me married and you have 2 children, a little like 4 or 5 months, and then was it 3-year-old?
3-year-old, yep.
Like, catch us up to that part. That's got to be mind blowing.
Honestly, it is. It's Summit. I'm very, like I said before, I'm very goal oriented. I like to have a schedule. I like to have routine. So having this map laid out for me and having like a goal to work towards, it works.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, 24 hours a week. And I think you said to me, you do that in 4 6-hour days. I think that's what you said.
Yes, sir.
And then what you also said, your 3 days off are Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Yes, sir.
Oh man. So you got not only 3 days back to back, but you got the weekend. And then Monday you were telling me that's your fam day. That's, get the kids ready, do grocery shopping, do the laundry. So you've got a nice little rhythm going in your life, and you're making buku bucks to boot.
Yeah.
So what's next? What are you gonna do for an encore?
I'm like, I want to just continue growing. I want to continue to learn. Like I said before, I want to learn how to do hand tied extensions. I want to, like I said before as well, when I was leading up to my maternity leave and coming back, I had some people assisting me with shampooing and just being really busy. And I really enjoyed teaching them and kind of showing them, things that I've learned along the way, just kind of, just teaching. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, and you said to me when you came back from your sabbatical, your maternity leave, the support, your peers watched your back, so you came back, you like landed on your feet, hit the ground running. It's like you didn't even miss a beat because your team kind of watched your back for you, so it was like picking up where you left off.
Absolutely.
Which is not the case most of the time. Usually, you come back and you find you've been kind of picked over by your so-called, I call it the co-opetition. The frenemies have taken all the damn clients. So
that did happen in my past, yes.
Oh yeah, so you came from that kind of, kill or be killed, jungle rule, don't get me started. I get very impassioned when I talk about that. Now, here's the thing I want to do. I want to spend a few minutes with you because you're doing some unbelievable stuff with regard to not just on Instagram, but how you're using Instagram as a platform to do what we're now calling the digital virtual pre-visit consultations. You're doing probably 8 to 10 first-time guests a month. Share some of that secret sauce with us because that's huge.
So I just having that online consultation, so I'll have clients reach out to me, sending me kind of pictures of the work that I've done. A lot of the times they will find me through hashtags or through our salon page. So I like to tag my photos in the location of the salon. And they will reach out to me sending me the picture or any picture from my page and say, I'm very interested in this look. Basically kind of reaching out just to kind of get some help with that. And that's when I bring up the, what does your hair look like right now? What is your lifestyle like? When's the last time that you had your hair done? Kind of get like a mini consultation before booking an appointment.
Yeah. Now you said a mouthful there. So I want to really make sure that our viewers get that. So you said, first of all, when you create and document content and post it, you said you'll hashtag it, and then you also tag the salon's pages. Was I listening correctly? So when you say tagging the salon's pages, so Root Southern's Instagram page, it goes there and then gets uploaded there so that your content is seen by that community as well. What are some other hashtags that you're using, and where, so that that content is going in other pages? Where are these other pages?
I do like Savannah hairstylist, Savannah colorist, Bob specialist, little things like that that I know clients can search to look for if whatever they're looking for.
Right, right. So you'll have a potential client that's either hanging out on the Root Southern's Instagram salon page, the Root Southern website. They come and find you on your page. Maybe they saw your content on a page that you've hashtagged, and so all of a sudden they see something, and then you'll get a DM from them, and you were telling me that they'll here's a look that I got off of your platform, and they'll ask you about it.
Yes.
And then so all of a sudden you're basically talking to each other using direct message. That it's not like it's a phone call or a FaceTime or a Zoom. This is very organic, very simple, very safe. Do they send you like a selfie, like how where you can see here's what they look like now, and this is what they're asking me about, and it's my work?
Absolutely.
So what do you do? So all of a sudden you're sending them messages back. Yep. Oh yeah, we can do that. And then in your message you'll talk about perhaps the services that you see they're going to need to commit to for you to close the gap between their selfie, and your content.
Yes.
Talk a little bit more about our prices and time commitments talked about in that messaging, where you should plan on 3 hours and your investment will be?
Absolutely. A lot of clients, they'll ask kind of like a time frame, and as well as budget, so we can kind of have that difficult conversation in a way, but it's not I can't give them like a full quote, but kind of give them a rough idea
Yes.
of what they can expect
Right.
with it. Having that little mini consultation as well kind of gives me a bit of a hair history from them as well, so I
Yes.
can give them a better idea of what they'll be expecting.
I'm loving this, because that difficult part, that awkward moment where the time commitment is a little awkward, but sometimes we got to do a price quote, and that price quote is triple digit, 150, 200, 250, whatever that is. And in real time, in a consultation, when you're doing that, it's uncomfortable. Do you find that, yes, it's uncomfortable in an Instagram messaging, but it's less uncomfortable?
Yeah, I would say so. It's not too uncomfortable. I feel like having the proper verbiage to discuss with them about it makes it, and then seeing your work, I don't think it's as uncomfortable.
I just, I've had hundreds of these conversations with people like you, where it's, there's something about, there's the quietness, the calmness of an online consultation. It's not like they feel like they've, they got 2 minutes to kind of make up their mind, and
Right.
so there's a little bit more ease, grace, less anxiety. And as a result, they're more apt to make a commitment to a higher price point than a lot of times they do in real time. Do you
Right.
find that to be true?
Absolutely.
So then they decide, okay, I'm in. Like, how do I book with you? Like, what would be the number of ways you would get them set up for an appointment once they said, find me a time?
I go on my schedule and I will book them myself.
And meaning that you'll pull out your mobile in real time, find a couple of windows, give them the windows you're available, and they go, yes, give me that one, and you'll actually set the appointment for them.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's amazing. That kind of booking was pretty much almost non-existent before COVID. And I asked you before the show if you did, 8 to 10 clients, new client, first-time clients a month. You were saying to me at least half of them, that's how you would on-ramp them, what you would do before they book.
Yes, sir.
Wow. And I think you also said to me that they show up at a higher ticket usually than when the way they used to show up traditionally, where they just kind of call, make an appointment, and you really don't have any kind of touch point before they show up.
Right.
Unbelievable. Well, this has been just an extraordinary conversation, and you're able to do this inside of a 24-hour work week. How many minutes or hours in any given week would you devote to, we'll call it the pre-visit consultation? Like, first of all, how long would one of them take you, by the time you get them screwing around? Is it a 15-minute commitment? Is it like...
Yeah, it's really not long at all. Probably 15 to 20 minutes max.
Yeah. And when's that happen? Is it during day hours? Are you usually at work? Are you in between clients? Is it at night? Is it like...
It's usually in the evenings when I'm home.
Okay, so you'll when babies are down and you've got a chance to catch your breath, you'll get that handled, and then it goes from there.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Do you guys do online booking?
We do.
Are like when a guest comes in and they rebook, how many, let's say you had 10 people that came in, how many of them would you set the appointment up for them versus them on their mobile, they would rebook themselves or at another time rebook themselves? Like, how much rebooking of themselves are they doing where they're doing it using your online feature?
We do a lot. I have more clients that pre-book in the salon than they do calling. The few clients that with their schedules, it's easier for them to call or book online.
Yes. But what if I'm hearing you right, when they rebook in the salon, you're taking care of that for them or the front desk, but at this point, they don't have their mobiles out where they're doing it themselves.
Absolutely.
Got it. Well, we're out of time, Kara Coy. This has been an extraordinary conversation. I'd like to end it by just asking you one question, and that is, there's a lot of hairdressers that don't do this. Like they don't, their Instagram page isn't set up to have a pre-visit anything, never mind, an Instagram virtual digital, but they're watching tonight, or they're going to be watching the recording of this, and they're seeing where you're at now. They're at where you were a couple of years ago, kind of in a shaky salon, and maybe they haven't done too much digitally, and they're going, I wonder if I did what she did, could I get through the learning curve like she did? You know some things now that they don't know. Anything you want to tell them that might motivate them to, just do this?
Just do it. It sounds crazy and it's unbelievable, but if you trust it and trust your coach, it works out and it's incredible.
Yeah, it's almost like when you and I were chatting, you're on the back of the boat and you're going, you use words like, this is crazy, this is insane. I had no idea that somebody could make this much money only working 24 hours a week.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, thank you very much. Promise me you'll come back for an encore, because I want to stay in touch with you, because I think you're going to hit 80 grand in 2022 and you'll hit 100 grand in 2023 working 24 hours. So I follow you. I follow Roots Southern. I'm buddies with both Susan and Lucas. So promise me you'll come back for an encore.
I will.
All right. Well, we're going to give it up for you one more time, my friend. Let's, Kara Coy, let's give it up for you guys. Thanks, Kara. I'm going to let you get back to your family. Thank you very much for coming on. Stay well.
Bye.
Bye now. Oh, I just, you know what? I just really am freaking about what she's doing. And it's not like this is front page news, you guys. It's just it's becoming now a formula for success, where we weren't using this before COVID. We weren't doing using the before you come in. If you're a new client, there's a new touch point, and it's digital, and it's simple, and it's safe, and the difference it's making in people's income is nothing short of astonishing. It's unprecedented, and yet there's a number of hairdressers that they're not doing it, and because they're not doing it, they're in a struggle that the Karakoys of the world aren't. So I'm hoping that this conversation at least opens up a hairdresser's mind to go, you know, I need to pivot. I need to reimagine how I'm doing business. I need to rethink. I need to recreate. I need to reinvent, because digital now has become so much. And digital just means we're communicating somewhere online, whether it's an Instagram direct message, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's texting on a mobile device. It could be a number of things. Randy Kunkel says excellent examples of how to have family and still hit success levels. Absolutely. So get in this game. I'm telling you, it is now a trend, rapidly becoming the new normal. And to not be on this new normal and to be on whatever it is you were on before COVID is to be at risk. You're going to have to work harder to make whatever it is you were doing before COVID, to work as well after COVID, because this new way, clients are finding this new way. They're curious about it. When they have the experience, they go, oh my God, this is so much better than the old traditional consultation where you're in the chair for 10 minutes and you got to make up your mind, you know, do I do this or don't I do this, and should I spend this and shouldn't I spend this, and gee, I'm going to be here for what, another hour, and I'm not sure, and it's like, that's old. It's like taking down a tree with a hammer. And Marty is saying stylists are becoming overwhelmed and need to get back to taking time out to do the digital, to give themselves, you know, the raise that they deserve. That's well said, Marty. So you get into this and change, especially now the zennials, right? The Gen Z. I just saw this today on somewhere on Google, are now mid 20 something. So the senior generation Z, the zennial, is now 25 or 26 years old. And now millennials are from 28 up. So you've got very, very young millennials that are now in their late 20s, early 30s. The generation Zs now are 25, 26, and then younger. You know, so we could say 18 to 26. And this is, they're natives. They don't know how to do a consultation any way but this way, and they're growing to places. I mean, you saw what Kara's doing at 20, 21, 22 hours a week inside of a 2-year. This is too new that you don't want to do this. So keep doing it. You're on Michael Cole Millionaire Stylist Facebook. This Facebook Live is on that platform. This conversation will be cooked down to maybe a 5, 6, 7 minute micro learning and placed on my Michael Cole Millionaire Instagram IGTV channel. So stay tuned for that as well. And that's the same handle, Michael Cole Millionaire Stylist. We are putting, as we speak, our second block of content on Summit's latest and greatest subscription site, SummitSalon365.com, doing a whole thing on the power of presence. And it's just an extraordinary conversation. We're talking a lot about mindfulness. So it's really a kind of an advanced personal development, transformational training. Get on that. I wanted to do a shameless plug on that. All of our consultants now, we have almost 100 of them, and well over half of our work now is online, virtual. So 800-718-5949, schedule a virtual consultation, an online consultation with one of our coaches, so that you can see that, you know, the days of planes, trains, and automobiles are behind us. We're able to do something that is working a lot better for us. So take advantage of that. Brand new calculators on saloncalcs.com. I've gamified all of our calcs, from setting we got the Magic Day calc, the Golden Goose calc, the Debt Reduction calc, the Dream Machine calc. So it's really fun stuff, and it's compliments of L'Oreal Salon Emotions. So get on saloncalc.com and play with them. You're going to have a lot of fun. I'm using them in all my trainings, by the way. So thank you, L'Oreal Salon Emotion, L'Oreal Professional Product Division, Summit Salon Business Center. These are the brands that support this education, so it can be brought to you, compliments of them. Please express your gratitude by supporting their lines. Make their lines your lines. Make their products the products that you get your salon guests on, because when you do that, it just puts all of us in a position where we can continue to grow. We are powered by L'Oreal Salon Emotions, and you can see all of the lines of Biolage, Pulp Riot, Purology, Kerastase, L'Oreal Professional, Redken, Shoe, Matrix, Mazzani, and of course Salon Emotion. I'm going to be doing a very, 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 very big program for salon owners next week under the Redken brand. It's called Who Moved My Shears? How to survive and thrive in this very volatile age of digital disruption. Get on DM me to get some information about that, because it is huge. It's going to be an epic experience. So great conversation tonight. I'm gonna let you get back and have some fam time, dinner time, beverage time, get some rest. Big weekend. I love you all, and we'll see you. We will see you on Instagram Live Sunday morning. I will be on my Michael Cole Mindfulness Instagram page, having a conversation about mindfulness practices that kind of tap the power of presence. So I'll see you on Instagram.